Hey there, amazing fans! Before we dive into today's drama, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support means the world to us. Now, welcome to another relaxing moment with Shugga Stories. Grab a seat, sit back, relax, and let's journey into the story together. The Harrington name was synonymous with opulence. It whispered through marble hallways in Monte Carlo, gleamed in gold leaf menus at private resorts in Seychelles, and sparkled in champagne flutes at $10,000 plate galas. But at the heart of this empire was Natalie Harrington, a woman who preferred shadows to spotlights. At 28, Natalie was already the silent force behind Harrington Resorts International. She wore vintage Cartier the way others wore Fitbits, and her presence could command an entire boardroom with just a raised brow. Yet tonight, as the moon shimmered over her cliffside villa in Positano, Natalie wasn't thinking about market expansion or quarterly earnings. She was staring at a picture on her phone. A candid shot sent by her younger brother, Leo. He looked radiant, eyes sparkling, a shy smile peeking through as he leaned against a striking man. Evan. Chiseled jawline, perfect smile, and an aura too polished to be real. Too perfect, Natalie muttered, sipping her lavender gin cocktail. She zoomed in on the image, noticing Evan's hand, placed too strategically on Leo's waist. Possessive. Calculated. Run a full check on Evan Malone, she instructed Arjun over speakerphone. Arjun was her trusted head of security, an ex-MI6 operative who now curated her personal peace of mind. Already started, Arjun's smooth British accent replied. But he's clean. Almost too clean. That's what worries me. When Leo invited Evan to spend a week at the new Harrington Resort in Seychelles, Natalie knew it was her chance. I'll be there, she smiled over a video call with Leo. No business. Just cocktails and sunsets. Leo's eyes sparkled. You deserve that. I want you to get to know Evan. Why will she thought? A day before their arrival, Natalie flew in discreetly. With her hair dyed chocolate brown, high cheekbones softened by makeup, and her designer aura swapped for linen uniforms and no-name sneakers, Natalie became Nina. Nina Costa, new seasonal hire, she said to the resort manager, who smiled knowingly. Natalie had trained every senior staff member to recognize her in or out of disguise. And then he arrived. Evan stepped off the yacht in Gucci slides and a loose Versace shirt, sunglasses reflecting the sun and his ego alike. Leo ran to greet him with a kiss. Let's just get away from everything, baby. Evan's voice was butter with a side of champagne. Natalie, now Nina, served their welcome drinks. As she handed Evan his cucumber spritzer, he looked at her. You're new here, huh? He asked, his grin playful but appraising. Yes, sir, she said, lowering her gaze. I like new. Evan smiles at Nina and says, You're new here, huh? I like new. The resort was paradise. Infinity pools curved around cliff edges. Private villas dripped in luxury. Guests sipped rare vintages under silk canopies. But Natalie had no time for paradise. She had eyes on Evan. As Nina, she floated silently through every interaction. She observed his routines. Morning laps in the pool. Midday massages. Late-night drinks with Leo, followed by late-night texts he thought no one noticed. Nina, Evan said as she refilled his champagne, you've got the quietest hands. Ever worked private gigs? I'm new to this, she said, deadpan. He leaned in. Well, if you're open to outside arrangements, I tip generously. Natalie's fingers clenched around the bottle. Noted, sir. Meanwhile, Leo buzzed with excitement. I'm thinking of proposing, he told Natalie during one of their sibling breakfasts. Maybe during the gala this weekend. Natalie's stomach dropped. I didn't realize things were that serious. He makes me feel seen. Leo's voice trembled. You know how rare that is? Natalie nodded. Just, don't rush. But that night, everything changed. While doing routine turn-down service, Natalie entered the villa. Leo had gone for a night swim. Evan was alone. He was on the phone. Yeah, he's loaded, Evan whispered. And soft. Just needs a little push. After the engagement? Trust fund access. Then Natalie watched, breath frozen, as Evan reached into Leo's gym bag and pocketed a credit card. Natalie whispers to herself, "I need to catch him red-handed, on camera." "I need surveillance," Natalie whispered to Arjun over an encrypted call. "Already installed motion cams near the villas," he said. "But if you want bait, let's give him bait." The plan was simple. Arjun would pose as Adrian Roth, a billionaire crypto mogul scouting luxury investments. He'd casually meet Evan, brag about profits, and offer an exclusive entry, provided Evan had the right connections. The setup took 48 hours. Natalie, still playing Nina, introduced Adrian to Evan. "Mr. Roth, this is one of our guests, Evan Malone." Evan's eyes lit up at the name. Over dinner, Adrian laid it on thick. "My next play? Shows. Resorts. Soft access only, through high capital networks. You got connections?" Evan sipped his wine, leaned back. "I'm seeing someone who's very resourceful." "Oh. His name's Leo Harrington. If I marry him, I'll basically be royalty." Adrian raised an eyebrow. "And he's open to investment?" Evan chuckled. "He trusts me with his soul. He'll do whatever I say." Every word? Recorded. Later, Natalie served Evan a special bottle of reserve wine. A tiny camera was hidden in the cork. When Evan thought he was alone, he made the call. "Yeah, just give me 6 more months. Once I marry Leo, I'll get access to half the damn trust fund. Then we're gone." Natalie stepped into the room. "Enjoying your stay, Evan?" He froze. "Nina, you scared me." She smiled. "Didn't mean to interrupt." She walked out, knowing the game was over. Natalie walks into the room. "Enjoying your stay, Evan?" The night of the gala arrived. The air buzzed with energy. Celebrities mingled with dignitaries. Strings played under lantern-lit skies. Evan wore a white tuxedo. Leo clutched his arm, love radiating from him. Then came Natalie. Not as Nina, but as the heiress of Harrington Resorts. Her gown was custom Dior. Her heels red-bottomed vengeance. Her entrance turned heads. "Ladies and gentlemen," the announcer said, "please welcome our silent benefactor, Natalie Harrington." Gasps rippled. Evan's face drained of color. Natalie took the mic. "Before we celebrate, I have a small presentation." The screen behind her flickered. First slide, Evan flirting with Nina. Next, Evan pocketing Leo's credit card. Silence. Then, whispers. Evan stood, pale and trembling. "This isn't what it looks like." Natalie walked toward him. "You're right. It's worse." Leo stood frozen. He looked from the screen to Natalie, then to Evan. "You used me," he whispered. Evan reached out. "Baby, no I..." Leo recoiled. "Don't call me that." He ran. Natalie chased after him, heels clicking. "Leo, wait." Leo runs off. Natalie follows, uncertain whether she's just saved or ruined her family. Days passed. Leo vanished from the social radar. No calls. No texts. Natalie's heart felt heavier with each tick of the clock. The villa, once glowing with warm lights and laughter, now echoed with silence and uncertainty. She stayed, ignoring business calls, deferring board meetings. She walked along the private beaches alone, sometimes clutching the shell bracelet Leo had made her as a kid. She had exposed Evan, yes, but at what cost? Then, on the 5th morning, a message appeared on her encrypted line. Café Bellamore. Come alone. Natalie's heart skipped. The café was small, tucked into a quiet corner of the island. It overlooked a rocky shore, where waves crashed in soothing rhythm. When Natalie arrived, the patio was nearly empty. Leo sat in a shadowed corner, wearing a hoodie, dark sunglasses, and an expression void of emotion. An untouched cappuccino sat before him, foam now melted. Natalie approached slowly. "May I?" she asked. Leo nodded silently. She sat. For a long moment, neither spoke. Seagulls cried in the distance. Finally, Leo removed his glasses. "I keep asking myself what hurt more," he said. "The fact that Evan lied to me, or the fact that I believed him over you?" Natalie's voice cracked. Leo, I didn't want to do it like that. I wanted to tell you everything the second I suspected something, but I needed proof. Leo looked away. He made me feel seen, Nat. You know what that's like? Being gay in our circles? Most people look through me. But he looked at me. I know, she whispered. And I hated him for using that against you. Leo's jaw clenched. I loved him. I know, Natalie repeated. There was silence again. Then softly, thank you, Leo said. Natalie blinked. What? I hate how it happened. I hate him. But you protected me. You didn't care if I hated you forever. You just did what had to be done. Her eyes brimmed. I didn't want to be right. I didn't want you broken. He reached across the table, hand trembling. She took it. Let's fix each other, he said. Weeks passed. Leo left the island. Not in retreat, but in reflection. He flew to Amsterdam, stayed with old college friends. He started therapy, something he'd long avoided. He posted less on social media, and when he did, the pictures were raw. A watercolor of a sea turtle, an old journal page, a candid shot of his hand gripping a paintbrush. He found himself in colors again. Meanwhile, Natalie made her own vow. She met with Harrington's legal team and created the Leo Project, a global initiative offering grants, therapy scholarships, and housing for LGBTQ+ youth recovering from manipulative or toxic relationships. She funded retreats, partnered with therapists and social workers, and personally visited centers in South Africa, Brazil, and Canada. She gave Leo final say on every major decision. I don't want this to be about me, he said. But it is about you, she replied. It's about the thousands like you who believed someone too perfectly packaged to question. As for Evan, he tried to play the victim online. He went live, teary-eyed, accusing the Harrington family of being manipulative, controlling, even homophobic. It didn't work. The internet remembered the video. The memes were relentless. His brand deals disappeared one by one. Fashion houses dropped him. Influencers unfollowed. He vanished into digital obscurity. One leaked video showed Evan yelling at an assistant in a dingy New York hotel. Another revealed him trying to get hired by a new luxury brand, only to be politely declined. Leo never spoke his name again. A year later, the new Harrington resort opened in Iceland. Snow-capped cliffs hugged its edges. The lobby smelled of cedarwood and cinnamon. Leo stood beside Natalie during the ribbon-cutting ceremony. Cameras flashed. Reporters buzzed. One leaned in and asked Leo, "What's next for the Harrington family?" Leo smiled, more grounded than ever. Truth, compassion, and boundaries. Natalie laughed softly. My brother's become quite the philosopher. Pain does that, Leo replied. Later, they stood alone on a balcony, the northern lights painting the sky. You okay? She asked. I'm better than okay. He turned to her. I'm me again. Natalie smiled, eyes misty. As a soft snow began to fall, a drone camera zoomed out. The scene, Leo and Natalie silhouetted against a cosmic sky, arms linked, survivors of betrayal but champions of healing. Natalie turned to camera, breaking the fourth wall. Sometimes love is blind. But family shouldn't be. Sometimes love is blind. But family shouldn't be.